Well, hi and welcome to my shop here. It's still August. It's August 30th. A gray and rainy day here. So I'm in my shop today. And what I'm doing with this radio is trying to track down the source of a very powerful hum. It doesn't seem to be coming from the power supply. So the next reasonable guess would be it's coming from one of the tubes in this radio. Now I changed one already. I've changed this one. This is my replacement tube. The rest are the originals that were in the radio. If this radio had all of its original tubes, they would kind of look like this one. They said they would look like this with this black coating. But over time, these original very old tubes, Rogers coated tubes, have been replaced by this style of tube, metal sheathed tubes. Likewise here. So you can't see this one. So we'll have a look. You see, it's the same as this guy, style-wise. So I do have some replacements. Here they are. The condition of these, I don't know. I haven't tested these. They've come out of a radio whose condition was also unknown. That's another one of these here. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to play the radio with the original tubes in it. Oh, is it really the original tubes? I remember saying to myself, don't mix these tubes up, but I mixed these two. So this one might be the original now. I don't know. The thing about tubes is they all look the same. Okay, we'll fire up the set, hear the hum, then start replacing tubes. Just a few here, just two. It's really just these two, in fact. It's really right, because I pulled all the tubes out, left the output tube in, and the set did not hum. You put the tubes back in, the hum comes back. Okay, let's start with turning it on and hearing the hum. Okay, here. Yep. We will hear the hum. There be the hum. .95 volts. Oh boy. Sounds exactly the same. If I touch this one, you're really going to hear it. So I won't touch this one. Let's replace this tube right here. Let's replace this tube. So the one that's in here is a single-ended, it's a double-ended tube, 6Q7. In place of the original. The original was a 75M. Let me just double check that. 75M. So one of these ones, the name of the tube, or the tube numbering, is actually right up on the top here. This is a 75M. 6B6, I think it said on it also. Rogers Radio Tubes Limited, Toronto, Canada. As I mentioned before, today, Rogers. Oh my gosh, is this even going to reach? It isn't sized right for this size of Yeah, there's two sizes of these caps. There's big ones and small ones. These are the smaller ones here. That's a big one. Well, that's not going to work. I don't want to shove it on there. What if I just leave it on there and do a test? Let's give it a try. Okay, so these two are off. we know there's no signal really getting all the way through, apparently. It's a little odd. This radio's receive stuff. What band are we on? Okay, so we're on the broadcast band. Broadcast band, touching these didn't do anything. Well, of course these are going, yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, thinking to myself out loud, what else do I do in here all the time? Everybody back up a little bit. Now I didn't even know if this tube is good. We're going to find out. Maybe I'm going to apply just a little bit of pressure on this. Oh yeah, the tube's heating right up. Okay, sounds exactly the same. Exactly the same. It sounds to me like this wire is open circuited. That's what it sounds like. I'm hooking up a wire. I'm just hooking up basically an antenna. Happens to work its way through the radio. I think that's the case. So we're going to get this out of here. I'm going to put back this one. I tested all of these tubes. They tested okay. And we know that this is the start of the amplifier here. This goes into a preamp in here, amplifies the audio, sends it over to the output tube, it comes out. This is very, very sensitive right here. This is probably coming from the volume control through a capacitor, which I probably changed. Let's take a look on the schematic about this, just see what we can see. Okay, so the tube we're looking at is this one here, 75M. You see the grid. This is on a cap, says cap right there. The wire comes down. Oh my, look at that. There's that battery. And then down to the volume control. There's that battery. Okay, we're back to that. That's where I was at the start, now I'm back to it. Time to really deal with this battery issue. It's trying to put a small bias on this tube. Okay, I got a couple ideas here. Okay, let's take a look and see what we can see here. I think I left the batteries in. Yeah, they're in there. Now, is this a high resistance? That's a huge resistor right there. Is that what that amounts to? Let's take a look. $600,000 ohms. Oh my gosh. Somebody at my door. Okay, let's see what kind of resistance this has. I did try to re-wet it, but I don't think that worked at all. I'm testing a battery with a, if there's any voltage in here. Let's look for that first. Is there any voltage in this guy? I can't be touching it, or I will cause electrolytic action. So it looks like nothing there. No voltage in it. Okay, what kind of resistance? Saw something for a moment there. How would that happen? $6 million ohms. Oh my gosh, this is the problem. 60 million ohms. Really? It still wants to show an open circuit. Wow. Put my fingers on it. I have to install myself in this radio. Okay, so this is really a problem. It's a bigger problem than I realized. Okay, there's a couple ways to overcome this situation. One is put a resistor in place of the battery. Forsake the bias voltage. Try to put another battery in there. I got a little bit of a trick to try here. See if it works. And the last one is just short these right together. Just short them together. Forget the battery, forget the bias, and forget the resistor. But there's another thing I can try. Let me dig for some batteries here. Okay, an alternative is to try to stick one of these batteries in. This is a very common 2032 cell. Check this out. Best before date. Best before March 2031. Wow! Holy smokes! Really? Is it that close? So we can try this. Rather than short it. Now this is a 3 volt, and this is like a 1.2 or something like that. And we want to put the negative side in. This is the positive side. We just stick it under here like this. Look at this. That's how easy it is. Now, a little too much bias, and I mean it's a little shaky. It's not bad. It's not bad. You'd have to really wrap this radio hard to make that battery move. Okay, well we got one in. The other one, you know what? Let's put another one in. Let's put another one in. These child-proof containers here that gonna defeat me. Man alive. So these batteries are actually very dangerous around children because they can eat them. And that's one of the reasons why this container is so tough. Only big children can get into it, like me. Okay, we'll take this one out. Likewise, we will put this in. Ooh, the spring's not quite as springy here. Respring it a bit. Ooh, this is not so great. Oh yes, it is. The battery's fairly packed. Well, at least from a testing point of view, we can test this. Radio. I think I'm going to flip it down for that. Now, oh yeah, put these guys back on. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the original or not. So I may have put a bad tube into the radio here. I think it's the original, but I'm not sure. Yes, sirree. Where in the world is certainty? Okay, now. Will you hum? So putting a little extra bias on the tube, I mean it's double the bias. It's probably going to be fine, bias-wise, whether it works or not. Well, I don't hear any wild hum. Well, how do you like that? So, what was happening here? I'm not sure about what's happening right now. 95 volts. With the old battery in place, something's going south. Well, it's making interesting sounds anyway, isn't it? We need an antenna. What happens when you touch the antenna? Ooh. It's a nuttin'. Turn the volume up here. Okay. Ooh, what happened there? Anybody want to take a guess as to what's happening? Okay, don't know what's going on. Okay, we gotta hook up an antenna here. Let me go get that set up. We'll run this with an antenna. Okay, outdoor antenna. Ground, what happens? Sounds better. Okay, we're on broadcast. What do we get? Broadcast, nothing. Although we're picking up interference signals, which is not the end of the world. Shortwave. I hear the same interference noise. So we're at 7, 10, up in this area. We might pick some stuff up. We might. Dialing too fast. Okay, let's go up higher. Probably pick this station up again just a little bit higher. No. Same station in two places. Very close together on this radio. So that's pretty sure that's Radio Murty we're hearing. Let's go up higher. This is a European band around 13 megahertz in that area. sound very European to me. It's Spanish. We're up around 15. I have no idea the conditions today. Going through the oh so popular 20 meter handband. Most ham stuff is done in single sideband. Pretty tricky to pick it up with this kind of radio. Turn up. What happens if we release the ground here? Much better with the ground. Okay, so the radio is working. We didn't pick anything up on broadcast, but that could be because of alignment issues and the like. So we've solved the problem with the terrible hum was because essentially this grid lead was going nowhere. It was going to that battery, which is a huge resistance, an open circuit. So basically there's an antenna hooked up to the grid of this tube. And what are you going to pick up? Hum, 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 hum. Now we're golden. Okay, next step with this radio is going to be alignment. And I'm not going to do that today. I'm done with this today. I have another little project I'm going to try to get at. It's going to be a rainy day all day today, supposedly. So I have another project I'm going to bring in here and fiddle around with. But the next thing for this one is alignment work. So thanks a lot for watching to this point. And well, after we finish aligning it, then we can make another judgment about component problems. I never finished the voltage testing because of the hum. But clearly the voltages are good enough to make it work. And I'm only on 95 input volts here too. Hey. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the next video.